So, tell you a bit about myself. I'm a parent, part of the Young Dad Massive. Thought I might tell you about some steps to being a good parent. Step 1, resilience. Picked my kid up from school and they were like, "Daddy!" They're like 6. They're not a retard. "Daddy!" And I was like, "Yes, child." They're 6, but we have a very formal relationship. It's important. "Yes, child. What would you like to talk about?" "You know my friend Graham?" "Yes, child." "I really want to punch him, Daddy." Now a bit of context for you all. Graham is a cunt. A proper little cunt. He's the kid that you give a lift home from school and then takes it upon themselves to fart in your car. Then laughs and says something like, "Oh, I just did a bottom burp." Oh, how fucking hilarious. Let's all just laugh about it, shall we? Now I'm a grown man. I'm experiencing the art of breaking wind. And I've smelt some serious shit in my time. And in some cases I think actual shit. But there's obviously something properly wrong with this child. I almost crashed the car when I smelt this. I can almost still taste it in my mouth. So when I hear my lovely child say they want to punch Graham, well, I'm thinking, yeah, he could probably do with a slap. But I'm resilient. And I say, "Child, have you given Graham some feedback? Tell him how he's upset you." "Yes, Daddy. I knew you'd say that. But when I did, he just punched me." "What?" Now step 2. No one punches your children unless it's you. That's like the law or something. And if it's not, it should be made. I think it is the law, in fact. Maybe not the bit about me punching them, of course, but anyway, let's quickly move on. So, controlling my anger, staying resilient. I say, "Okay, you need to listen to me now." "Okay, Daddy, what?" Have their full attention. The words I say now are key. "Child, have you got some mates you can bring into this? If you can, never fight someone alone. Also, try and attack them in the dark. They won't see you coming." At this stage, I still have the presence of mind to pass my child a crayon to make some notes. I've always had worries about their memory. And then continue. "Child, never, and I mean never, tuck your thumb into your fist when you punch someone. You could really hurt yourself doing that. And all we both want is for Graham to be hurt." Afterwards, I checked their notes. I mean, they were largely pictures, but I think they got the idea. At times like these, a father's like an educator, a teacher, in many ways. So after that, I thought all was going well. You know, Graham's all sorted out. He got what he had coming. All except, things now seem to have turned around. I mean, my kid's apparently turned into a proper little bruiser. And it's clear, again, I have to step in. Step 3, controlling your kids. So I sit down the kid and say, "Right, Emily, enough is enough. The rest of the kids at school are all apparently scared of you." "I know, Daddy. They all give me 20p every day." Now quietly, I'm impressed. But I don't let on. You've got to control your kids, even when you respect and admire them. "Now Emily, there's like about 30 kids in your class." "Yes, Daddy. I made £30 last week. And I bought you this." She only gives me a brand new Ted Baker shirt. But I keep a clear head. There's a problem here. "Emily, 20p is about 20% of what these kids get to have their lunch. These are growing kids we're talking about here. You must be able to jack it up to 25p, surely. Now you're probably wondering how I became such a strong father figure. The truth behind it is I had a great dad. A proper hero figure. But is it just me? But when you get older, do your parents all seem to become a bit mental? My old man is now a psychic. A full-on medium. So I try and be a supporting son. We sit down, have a beer, and I ask a supporting type question like, Dad, what the fuck is this? And he's like, I met my spirit guide last night. So I try and normalise this in my mind. Think like, Dad's just talking about like a mate from work or something. So, Dad, what's his name? Jesus. What? Jesus. When he was living, he lived a few thousand years ago and somewhere in the Middle East, I think. Oh, come on! I mean, I'm trying to believe you here. Jesus, who lived in the Middle East? Really? But I try and stay cool. Normalise this shit. So, how'd you communicate? I mean, he must speak Hebrew or something. Well, we don't communicate in a verbal way, I suppose. Oh, well, that's fucking convenient. Always got the answers, these mediums, haven't they? Always the little answers for why it doesn't quite make sense in your mind. So anyway, apparently Jesus had a message for me. Something regarding my parenting. This Jesus guy apparently had a real bugbear about parenting. Apparently his real dad wasn't around that much. Lived with his mum and stepdad or something. But what he told me was scary. I mean, I'm a believer ever since. Jesus said, still sounds weird, but run with it. Jesus said, you must tell Emily, and this is important. There's a code of conduct for life. And she must never, and I mean never, tuck her thumb in when punching someone, because she could really hurt herself doing that.